Hello everyone, welcome to the Grill News Bulletin on the Nigerian Correctional Service online television. I am Assistant Superintendent of Corrections, Fidelis Stephen Daliop. The headlines today. The Nigerian Correctional Service emerged Best in Security and Emergency Management Awards. Zamfara State Chief George promises to decongest custodial centers using the non-custodial measures. And in sports, Nigeria tops the medal table in the 2024 African Military Games holding in Abuja. We will be right back. Don't go away. Welcome back. Now the details of the news. The Public Relations Officer, Nigerian Correctional Service Assistant Controller of Corrections, Abubakar Dallami Umar, has backed the 2024 Security and Emergency Management Award, SEMA. The award was conferred on the service spokesperson at Defense Headquarters Abuja on Thursday, 29 November 2024. The honor was in line with timely responses of the Public Relations Officer to clarifications resulting from alleged Cocos Hotel acquisition, inmates feeding, and Maiduguri escape incident which set good standard for effective public relations in security management. To further decongest the Ado-Ekiti Medium Security Custodial Center, the Ekiti State Acting Chief Judge, Justice Lekan Ogumoye, has approved the release of 50 inmates serving different sentences awaiting trials at the facility. The Public Relations Officer of the Nigerian Correctional Service in Ekiti State, Superintendent of Corrections Babalola Foluso, reported that Justice Ogumoye made this approval when he visited the facility and painstakingly reviewed 550 awaiting trial cases. Foluso further reported that 25 of the inmates were released on bail, 19 were released unconditionally, while 6 others were released on health grounds, stating that Justice Ogumoye also promised to pay regular visits to the correctional center for more decongestion to reduce the number to the barest minimum. The Controller of Corrections, Ekiti State Command, Ojo Oluyemi, represented by Deputy Controller of Corrections, Olashe Hinde Adeyemi, applauded the Chief Judge for the visit and emphasized that the service is committed to the safe and humane custody of those legally interned. To boost and improve on the health of the staff and inmates of Medium Security Custodial Center Benin Old, the Nigerian Correctional Service Edo State Command has collaborated and organized a medical outreach in conjunction with Mercy House Initiative, a non-governmental organization and an affiliate of Heritage Assembly Church. The Public Relations Officer of the Command, Superintendent of Corrections, Aminu Suleiman, reported that the outreach includes a medical awareness on general health, maintenance, checking of vital signs, one-on-one discussion with consultants, provision of medications, and donation of drugs. The Deputy Controller of Corrections in charge of the facility, Eremosele Henry, lauded the organization, stating that their support will add value to the lives of both the staff and inmates of the center. He also said it will further ease the rigor of taking large number of inmates outside the facility for medicals. In Zamfara State, the Chief Judge, Justice Kulu Aliu, has promised to decongest the custodial centers in the state through the use of the non-custodial measures. Justice Kulu made this promise when the Controller of Corrections, Zamfara State Command, Ibrahim Shehu, paid a visit to her office in Gusau to strengthen the existing collaboration between the two agencies and highlight the importance of non-custodial measures as an alternative to imprisonment. The Command's Public Relations Officer, Assistant Superintendent of Corrections, Mustafa Abubakar, reported that Justice Kulu commended the Nigerian Correctional Service for its dedication to humane custody and reformation of inmates. He said Justice Kulu reiterated commitment to support the service to discharge the statutory mandates of inmates reformation, rehabilitation, as well as implementation of non-custodial measures.
Agencies under the Ministry of Interior, of course, with the police force, is responsible for the enhancement of internal security. And we understand the sacrifices when you put on the uniform every day of your life, where you leave your homes, you leave your wives, you leave your children, you give it your best. You carry the burden of securing that innocent Nigerian. You carry the burden of making sure that we have a Nigeria that is not just safe, but a Nigeria that is secure. A Nigeria where aspirations can be met, where aspirations can be fulfilled. A Nigeria where ambitions can be attained. And of course, a Nigeria that is built on the tripod of equity, justice, and fairness. And a Nigeria where a man can dream and see his dream being fulfilled. And a Nigeria where audacity to dream is not seen as a crime, but is seen as a motivation for growth and development. That is the Nigeria I believe in. And for you in uniform, that is the Nigeria you sacrifice every day of your life for. The least we can do, regardless of the few bad eggs within the service, is to appreciate you all the days of our lives.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, you're on to the Nigerian Correctional Service online television on the Grill News Bulletin. The Akwa Ibom State Chapter of the Nigerian Correctional Service Officers' Wife Association, NICOA, has commended the leadership style of the Command's Controller of Corrections, Frank Okonkwo, as well as his dedication to the welfare of staff and inmates in the command. This statement was made through the chapter coordinator and wife of the officer in charge of Medium Security Custodial Center, Uyo, Mrs. Idorenyi Achibong, when she led delegation to pay him a visit in his office to welcome him to the state. Mrs. Achibong also informed the controller of their readiness to support his wife as the new chairperson towards promoting reformation and rehabilitation of inmates in the command. The public relations officer of the command, Assistant Superintendent of Corrections Richard Metong, reported that the state controller appreciated the association for their visit and assured them of the readiness to collaborate in making the service better. According to Metong, CC Okonkwo further highlighted the importance of optimal performance by every officers and men of the service to make this a reality. The Coalition of Nigerian Groups Sokoto chapter has pledged to collaborate with the Nigerian Correctional Service to enhance community safety in the state. The group stated this through the coordinator, Comrade Jamilu Aliyu, when they paid the Sokoto State Command Controller of Corrections, Lawal Idris Gusau, a visit in his office. The state headquarters to discuss and identify areas of possible collaboration. Aliyu further stated that the primary mandate of the group is to promote peace and unity in northern Nigeria as well as the country at large. He also said the group empowers its citizens to become productive and self-reliant. While applauding the group for this visit, Gusau mentioned areas of intervention such as inmates' education, vocational training in welding, tailoring, carpentry, and computer application to equip inmates with skills that will help them to be self-reliant upon release. And in sports, Nigeria has established a commanding lead in the medals table with a roundup of overall 169 medals at the ongoing second African Military Games AMGA 2024 holding in the federal capital Abuja. The excellent performance of Nigeria in the number of medals has significantly distanced them from their runners-up Algeria and other participating teams from across Africa. And this is where we draw the curtains on this edition as written and compiled by Deputy Superintendent of Corrections Frank Awa. Join us next week for more updates. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our social media channels showing on your screen. I am truly yours, Assistant Superintendent of Corrections, Fidelis Stephen Daliop. Bye for now.